Hey guys, welcome back to this edition of Wisco Sports Pod with Dom, where I talk all things Bucks, Packers, and Brewers. This episode will be split into two parts. I was unable to record with Tyler quite yet, for he has some responsibilities to attend to, but nonetheless, this is the Packers part of the podcast today, where I talk about the Packers playing the Bears this week, and I make my picks around the league for who I think will win this week. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for stopping by. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into this week's action. The Packers will be taking on the Bears in a noon game at Soldier Field, which is obviously always fun. It's Bears week, so, as a Packers fan, not too worried about the game going in, but just a few things I want to cover here. Quentin Dunbar signed to the practice squad, cornerback. Obviously, 2 years ago, he had a PFF grade of 87.6 along with 4 interceptions. Really looked like he could be one of the top corners in the league, but last year it was really shaky for him, a PFF grade of 47.7, so that's a huge drop-off along with 1 interception last year. I'm not sure if any of that had to do with, I know he was going through the whole whatever he got into trouble-wise, armed robbery, I believe, but 2 years ago it looked really good. I'm hoping that a change of scenery for him will really bring out that 2019 self that I'm sure is still in there somewhere. I think he could be a great addition to this team and definitely help out with our injuries with obviously Jair and hopefully helping take the load off of King and Stokes and Sullivan. So yeah, I think a good signing. We'll see if he gets elevated to the active roster. I doubt it'll be for this game. Packers usually don't activate anyone the week they sign them, it seems like. We saw last week with Jalen Smith, so hopefully see him in 2 weeks. But yeah, looking ahead towards the Bears, we get our first look of Justin Fields, obviously. Through the first few games for Justin, he hasn't played too well, but I believe they beat the Raiders. I'm not sure. I can't remember who else they beat. But yeah, I'm excited. Definitely, if you ask Bears fans, you might think that this guy is the second coming of Aaron Rodgers or the next great thing in the world, but it'll be exciting. I've never really been able to watch the Bears when they have a quarterback, so this will be a first-time experience for me looking at it, and definitely going to be interesting to see how he does against the Packers defense, which has played really well this year. I believe we're 6th in total yards per game given up. Bears right behind us in 8th. So should be a fun matchup for Justin Fields and his first look at the Packers-Bears rivalry. And obviously now, going into this week, we get to see Devontae versus the young corner Jalen Johnson, who I hate to say I really like, but that's because he's a Bears player. But he's definitely a good young corner in the league right now. 1 interception this year. He's been targeted 23 times, given up 9 catches, so he's looking pretty good in that department. A PFF grade of 74.1, so all around, I think he said that he wants to follow Devontae this week, so obviously that comes with safety help in a double team because no one corner can handle Devontae one-on-one, but, definitely looking forward to seeing those two go at it. I think it'll be a fun matchup, and looking at the Packers versus the Bears defense now, this one scares me a little bit. Packers, it feels like they've benefited from a lot of chunk plays this year. Haven't really had too many good-looking drives, I would say. So that's a little scary. Chicago's first in the NFL in sacks per game with 3.6 per game. So that's 18 total, I believe. So that's definitely a little scary. But yeah, I think definitely the Packers will start out slow in this one. I don't know how well they'll do with the Bears defense. Obviously, lots of studs on that team. Jalen Johnson, like I just said, Roquan Smith, Eddie Jackson. I believe they have Alec Ogletree now, Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn. So they're stacked across the board. Definitely think this game will come down to maybe a Randall Cobb game. He's always done very well against the Bears, especially with Devontae. He'll be probably heavily covered by Jalen Johnson and Eddie Jackson, so I think Rodgers will have to look elsewhere, which he seems to have struggled with this year, but you can't blame him for wanting to get Devontae the ball as much as he can. But yeah, I definitely think we'll see a good dosage of Randall Cobb. Hopefully Robert Tonyan gets things going. He's been off to a slow start, but I think that's partially due to the fact that he's helped definitely block a little bit with our offensive line being so hurt, which also big game for them, big test for them. The put-together group of offensive linemen. I think we're getting Josh Myers and Elton Jenkins back this week, so that's huge for the Packers. But yeah, definitely looking forward at this game. I'm not too worried. I think the Packers, making my prediction here, I think Packers win 24-10. So low scoring for Packers standards, but just got announced that Damian Williams, Bears running back, is out on the COVID list. So they're already down their top 2 running backs, which moves rookie Khalil Herbert into the 1 slot for them. Obviously, Justin Fields will be there. I just don't see the Bears offense doing too well. I predict them, though, I think the end of the first quarter, the Bears will be up 10-0. And then Packers will score 24 unanswered to win the game. But I just have this weird feeling going into the game. Packers will struggle early against the Bears defense. They'll come out ready to go, but I just don't see them being able to sustain that because the Packers, obviously, Rodgers, Devontae, Aaron Jones, one of the best trios in the NFL, if not the best. I can't think of anyone better as a trio, so they'll figure it out. They'll be ready. So I'm looking at the Packers being now 5-1 after this week with a 24-10 victory. And looking elsewhere around the league, for my Thursday episodes now, because I'm doing Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays to recap the Packers, obviously, and Thursday to preview the Packers. I'll also be previewing some of the other NFL games going on and making my picks here for every game coming up this week and giving you a little insight on what I think will happen. So looking now at the schedule, we have Tampa Bay at Philadelphia tonight. I think Tampa wins that one easily. In Philly, so it could cause some problems. The Philly fans are always excited about their football team, but I think Tampa wins that one easily, at least by 10, if not more. And going into the Sunday games now, we have the London game here, Miami versus Jacksonville. Another snoozer, one I won't be waking up early to watch, just like last weekend. But in this one, I'm going to have to take Miami. I think they're getting Tua back this week. So, Jacksonville, they look like first game since Urban Meyer's whole little debacle. Missing the team plane, having a little fun wherever he was. But, yeah, I think Miami wins that one easily, just like Tampa Bay wins easily. I already gave my pick for the Green Bay-Chicago game. Obviously, Green Bay, 24-10. Gave you guys my preview for that. Don't expect much of a challenge outside of the first quarter, which I think the Bears will be up 10-0. Remember that score number. But, looking ahead now, we have Cincinnati at Detroit. Detroit down Quintez Cephas. I don't see Jared Goff pulling off this one. I think the Bengals, they looked pretty good last week against the Packers. I think this will be a good game for them to get back on track after that one. I know Joe Burrow, I was reading, he was on voice control or something. I can't remember the wording they used for it to describe what he's doing to treat his throat contusion that he suffered against the Packers, but yeah, don't envision that being too big of a problem for him. I think Jamar Chase has a big day against that depleted Detroit secondary, and I think that one could end in a blowout. I don't see Jared Goff pulling off anything crazy there. Next up, Houston at Indianapolis. Indianapolis, surprise team so far this year. I definitely thought that they would be a lot better than their 1-4 record, but hey, it's second in the AFC South, so there's always time to come back. Houston, obviously, they are looking at this 1-4 as well, second in the AFC South. I think the Colts have definitely struggled at closing out games this year, but I don't envision them having that problem here at home against the Texans. I think they win this one. I think Carson Wentz gets it going with Jonathan Taylor, and obviously they've looking at their schedule here, they've had 2 losses by 1 score, and the other one's by one by 9 points, one by 12 points. So they've been there each week. I don't envision Houston being a big problem for them, but you never know. I've seen crazier things, but I got Indy in this one. Los Angeles at the Giants, the New York Football Giants. LA takes this one, no doubt in my mind. Giants, I'm not sure. Know they're getting a few receivers back, but if Mike Lennon or not, I don't see them being able to handle Los Angeles and their high-powered offense. Matthew Stafford's going to be slinging it to Woods, Cup, and yeah. Darrell Henderson also having a good year at running back for the Rams, so that'll be a good one for him, I think. But yeah, I don't see New York doing anything crazy there. Next up is this will be a good game. Kansas City at the Washington football team. Obviously, Washington football team under some fire right now. Not going to get into that too much, but I think this is one of those games where the Chiefs, they've been under some pressure this year. All the talk about has the league figured out Patrick Mahomes. I think it's hard to tell. Looking at their losses, they've come to the Ravens, Chargers, and Bills. All teams with good defenses, both have good offenses. I think the Chiefs are just off to a slow start here. They beat the Browns week 1, beat the Eagles. Eagles not a great team, but I don't see this continuing for the Chiefs, I guess, because I just know Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey, from what I've watched, though, from the teams that have beat them, it appears they're dropping their safeties back, and Chiefs are just really struggling with that. They don't obviously have a very good running game, so we'll look to see if they try and go to the run game here. I know Washington has a very good defense, or was supposed to have a very good defense. I don't think it's been doing too well this year, surprisingly, but yeah, I think Kansas City has a big prove-it game here on the road. They might win by 15 plus points. Taylor Heineke is not going to be able to compete with Patrick Mahomes, so that leads me to pick to Kansas City for sure. Next, this will be a tough one. Minnesota at Carolina. Carolina has lost their last 2. Minnesota, they're losing games, but losing games they probably shouldn't be losing. All by 1 score to the Browns, Bengals, and Cardinals. 2 of them off last-second field goals missed by them. Classic Vikings. Never going to stop happening. Never going to stop rooting for it to happen. It's just one of those things. But I think Carolina at home here bounces back against the Vikings. I'm changing that pick. I think I'm going to go Vikings here on the road. Give themselves a 3-3 record going forward for them. I think that'll be a big game for them. I think Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen go up there and have a good game. Definitely with J.C. Hornow, Stephon Gilmore not playing yet, I think they'll have a nice game. They know Dalvin Cook was a full participant at practice today, so I don't see him sitting out this week, hopefully for my fantasy team as well. But yeah, I think Minnesota wins this one on the road. I've picked, let's see, I've picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got all the road teams winning so far this week except Houston. So I'm picking against the home crowds here. I'm going to do it again here. Los Angeles Chargers at Baltimore. Love Justin Herbert. Got him on my fantasy team. Gonna probably get his jersey at some point because I love those light blue Chargers uniforms. They're so pretty. And this will be a fun game for sure. Herbert versus Lamar. I got Chargers, though, on the road, taking down Baltimore. But, wow, I'm excited to watch that game. That'll be a fun one to watch. Well, we'll see how much I watch, because Packers are playing Bears at the same time. Anyways, Chargers take that one on the road. Wow, another good game here. Now we're into the 3 o'clock time slot. We got Arizona at Cleveland. I think Cleveland is going to come out with lots of firepower here. Definitely going to look to get back after a loss last week to the Chargers. I think this is Arizona's first loss. I don't think Arizona. I think I tweeted out. I don't think Arizona is a legit team. I don't. I don't know. I don't see their success continuing throughout the whole year. But we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Do love Kyler Murray. He's great. Awesome player. But I don't see their success lasting. I definitely, I'm taking Cleveland in this one for sure. And the first 3 o'clock game at home. So I'm picking the home team here. Going out of my comfort zone from the first few picks I made. Looking ahead here now, also at Las Vegas, at Denver. Now, Las Vegas, obviously, like the football team in Washington, going through some controversy right now. I think they're able to rally around the controversy and come together as a team, and I think that they take it to Denver pretty good at Mile High Stadium. I don't see. I think Derek Carr will have a big game, definitely. Maybe Henry Ruggs gets. I think he'll have his first really true big game in the NFL here. I think he gets it going. He's had a decent amount of targets coming his way. Obviously, deep ball receiver. So I think I'm going to predict 2 touchdowns from Henry Ruggs this week. Definitely 2. Um, yeah, I just don't. Denver, I think is. I'm not sure if Teddy Bridgewater's out or not. I don't think he is, but yeah, Vegas. I think they're going to rally around the controversy their team's going through right now, and definitely take it to Denver. And now we have Dallas at New England. Not going to spend too much time talking about this one. New England, they're obviously going through some struggles right now. Dallas is really hot. Dallas takes this one easily, taking the road team again here. And Sunday night game, Seattle at Pittsburgh. Now this is a tough one because Seattle's without Russell Wilson. Uh, Pittsburgh, Big Ben, Seattle's defense. Yeah, I got Pittsburgh here at home on Sunday Night Football, taking down Seattle and their horrible defense, which hasn't looked very good this year. I don't want to say it looked good last week against the Rams, but yeah, I think they were ranked last in just about everything so far this year. Um, I got Pittsburgh beating them pretty easily. Yeah, looking here, they're giving up 450.8 yards per game against a very offensive team. You know, you got Big Ben, you got uh, Claypool, Johnson, Harris. And then with the Pittsburgh defense, they'll give Geno Smith problems. And I got Pittsburgh in this one. And then the Monday night game, I'm not going to spend too much more time talking about it because I think it's going to be a pretty clear winner here. Buffalo at Tennessee. Tennessee, not off to a start I thought their offense would be. I definitely thought they'd be a better team at this point in the year, but they're not. Buffalo looks like the Super Bowl favorites. This one's an easy pick for me. I got Buffalo taking down Tennessee. So just to recap here, looking at my picks, I got Tampa beating Philly, Miami beating Jacksonville, Green Bay beating Chicago, Cincinnati beating Detroit, Colts beating Houston, Rams beating the New York Football Giants, the Chiefs beating the football team, Minnesota beating Carolina, the Chargers beating the Ravens, the Cardinals losing. I got the Browns beating the Cardinals, the Raiders beating Denver, Dallas beating New England, Pittsburgh losing to Seattle, and Buffalo beating Tennessee. And the first round of bye weeks this week is Atlanta, New Orleans, the New York Jets, and San Francisco. But yeah, that'll conclude things for the Packers section of our podcast today. Thank you guys again for listening, as always. Having a lot of fun recording these. Definitely looking forward to continuing this. Next week, Monday, I will be previewing the Bucs season coming up, talking about the Packers beating the Bears, because that's obviously going to happen. And yeah, going to record with Tyler here in a bit once he's done and available to record. Going to enjoy some football and baseball tonight. And yeah, thank you guys again for stopping by, listening to the Wisco Sports Pod with Dom. As always, this is Dom. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Twitter at my personal and the podcast Twitter to stay up to date with all things Wisco Sports Pod with Dom. Thanks, guys. I hope you all have a good rest of your day and look forward to hearing me and Tyler talk about the Brewers later on tonight.